Welcome back to Housewives Nightcap on Access Hollywood. We are here today with our very own Real Housewife of New Jersey. She's looking like a Turkish delight. Miss Jennifer Aydin, welcome. We are so happy. Hi.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me, ladies.
This setup is just so good. Like, I have to point it out, guys. It's just like the setup.
I am the Queen of Thrones.
Jennifer, did you by any chance make yourself a drink? Because we're having your drink of choice right now.
Girl, you know I got me some tequila. Hey.
I love it.
We're not going to get totally wasted, though.
No, this is an afternoon cocktail.
Yeah.
This is just like we're sipping, we're spilling, we're having some fun.
That's it. Just it. We're girls having a girls' night out, just like a GNO. That's it.
Well, Jennifer, cheers to you. Like, we have to do a little cheers because you are killing it this season.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
You know, I just feel like you've always been open, but especially this season, we're seeing a different side of you. You're opening up about more of your family, your parents, their whole situation. So I want to ask you, how would you rate this season?
I mean, for me, this is on a scale of 1 to 10, a 25. It's off the charts. You know, I find everybody's story very interesting, and I love it that all of us are trying to find a way to let you into our lives. Because ultimately for me, I've always been really just a housewife. You know, even before the show, that's what I was. So my identity really coincides with family. That's why I had 5 kids, because I'm one of 4. And we didn't really grow up with a lot of cousins. All my cousins were overseas in Turkey. And we're in each other's business, Kardashian styles.
Right. And this season, you know, we are seeing more, and we're seeing more with the relationship with your parents going on right now. Your dad, you had your dad move in with you, right? So where are you guys now? What kind of update can you give us?
My father currently is still living with me. I think he's going to stay with me indefinitely. My mother is very angry that he is living with me because in her mind, he has abandoned her, and I get that. But just the environment that they were in together now, because the jewelry store closed, you know, my brother's jewelry store that I was always such an advocate for, you know, people need to understand why I was such an advocate for my brother's jewelry store, because that is what sustained my parents' livelihood. And if my brother's jewelry store doesn't do well, then ultimately my parents are the ones who are going to suffer. So it always mattered to me. And now that that's gone, now Michael had to move to Turkey to be with his wife because her paperwork isn't in order. And the buffer ultimately that was between my parents was Michael, and now he's gone. So it was just like no job for my father to go to every day, no big brother being the referee between them every day. And they were just spitting venom towards each other all the time. It was such a toxic behavior that I just thought it was ultimately the best decision. So she's not speaking to me.
So I was about to say, so where does that leave your relationship with your mom?
You know, it's funny, like after we were done filming, there was a lot of loose ends with my mother's house that she built on her own, but tying up the loose ends, I was able to give her more attention. And her and I, our relationship is rocky towards the end of the season, but once we wrapped filming, her and I, we made time for each other. We started hanging out, and it almost was like she was so happy to have my attention. And then once the trailer came out and my father was still living here and she was coming over all the time, because my mom was always my right hand. Like people, if they think that I'm siding with my dad, fun fact, I've always been team mom. My father and mine relationship is something very new that I welcomed because I never was close with him growing up. It was always me and my mom. So she thinks that if I choose my dad living here, that means I'm choosing only him. And that's not the case. But, you know, so maybe we just need some space. And, you know, she has started therapy and we are talking about family therapy. And I think I'm starting therapy with her therapist on my own, so that our therapist can gain perspective from each one of the children. And then hopefully the therapist can be a mediator into integrating all of us back into each other's lives. Because right now my mother and I are not speaking. Just like my father doesn't care when I do things for my mom, I want my mom not to care when I do things for my dad. Just stay in each other's lane, and I'll be here refereeing as much as I can. As exhausting as
Which
that is.
I was about to say, which sound like I'm gonna have a drink for you because that sounds exhausting.
It is exhausting. And like there are times when Bill looks at me and he says, when is your life going to become your own? When are you gonna stop? He loves it that I care about my siblings and my parents, but he's like, you got your own children, your own husband to think about. That's why sometimes when I'm spread so thin, I don't even like to let people know that I'm spread thin. Because if I complain about it just in the smallest instance, Bill is going to be like, you don't have to. Just let them fend for themselves and you live your life. But that's not what I'm about. I've never been the type that could just cut the cord with my family.
Yeah. Bill, by the way, is like, he's the best. He really is. Just
Ali Ababa.
He really is. Like, we love seeing you guys seem in a really good place this season in particular. Yeah. Does he just like love being a housewife's husband?
He does. He really is coming into his own. Listen, he's always, the thing with Bill, the one thing about our relationship I can say is I've always felt extremely comfortable being who I am around him. I've never felt the need to walk on eggshells around him. He's not going to get mad at me. He did not get mad at me for getting totally wasted at that party. I think he was hoping he was going to get lucky, but it backfired. And I think some part of, and ultimately what you need to know about me is I actually don't drink. I don't drink. And he knows this about me. We'll go to dinner, just him and I, and he'll be like, can I get a bottle of wine so you'll have a glass? And sometimes I say yes to appease him, but that wine glass will be full the whole time and he'll just drink the whole bottle. So when I drink, for him, it's an ultimate turn on. He loves it when I let loose, and he encourages me to drink because I drink so rarely. The problem with that is I don't know my tolerance, and we all saw what happens when I don't know my.
It happens.
Yeah, I was about to say it happens to the best of us.
Sometimes it like gets the better of you and it creeps up on you without knowing. And in my defense, I was really hungry when I arrived to Teresa's house. I did not want to look like a gabon and go to the food right when I walked in. And I started mixing alcohol. So it was almost like the perfect storm. Empty stomach, mixing alcohols, and just drinking way too much.
You know what? You looked beautiful. You had that Chanel bathing suit on and your Amazon.
My Amazon
which I love because like keep it real. Like you don't need to.
I'm all about practicality. Listen,
thank you.
I love fashion from Amazon. I love fashion from Louis Vuitton, from Chanel. I'm a real housewife at the end of the day. And I feel like sometimes when you have a fantastic outfit, if you can pair that up with like a crazy bag and shoe, then you got a great ensemble, honey, and you need to work it.
Okay, we want to play a game with you called Sip or Spill. But before we do, I want to ask you, I was rewatching the season last season, and in the reunion, you were definitely at odds with a couple ladies, but specifically Melissa. We haven't been able to see you guys really resolve it fully yet because I feel like the drama. Do we see you and Melissa come closer in a friendship?
No, I definitely think so. I mean, I enjoy her shore house when we're there. And for me, I kill them with kindness. I give compliments to people when, like, I'm not ashamed of that. I can go to somebody and I approach them. So with Melissa, when we were going into reunion, the thing with all of that is that I feel that Melissa, Margaret, and Jackie all have a very strong friendship. Great, wonderful. I love that. And I knew going into that reunion that I was going into the lion's den. And although Dolores and Teresa are on my team, so to speak, I know that sometimes when it comes down to defending me, sometimes they may stay mute. And that's okay. I don't need anybody to defend me. I'm a big girl. I can handle myself. But what I noticed about Melissa, Margaret, and Jackie is that the three of them love to stick together. They love to stick together. So my best defense was my offense. And that's how I went into the reunion like that. I was totally on guard and ready for anything they were going to throw at me. And I was stern, 100%. But I apologize to Melissa for that because ultimately I would love to be friends with her and move forward. And listen, she's a fun drunk, right? And she's
fun. Melissa's fun.
Melissa's super fun.
Melissa don't bother me. I don't know if she is bothered by me, but she doesn't bother me at all. And I think she's lots of fun. And Joe's very entertaining. Love Joe.
I mean, honest to God, like between Joe, your husband, and Frank, like I want a spinoff. I want a husband spinoff.
They need a spinoff. I mean, I don't know if it would be worth it to Bill to leave his current job and go do that, but I think it would be a great idea.
I love it. Okay, I think it's finally time that we play a little game of sip or spill. So ladies, get your cocktails.
Sip or spill.
Okay.
Teresa is ready for wedding bells. Oh. Okay, let me ask you this. You're close with them. You're a couple friends. I've seen some pics. Do you like him? Are they a good match?
Love him.
Okay.
Love him. I mean, like she has a great relationship with her ex, which I think is amazing.
And we love Juicy Joe.
We love Juicy Joe. We
always will, despite his many discretions.
Great. And but just Louis is also like the sweetest. He's a gentleman.
Yeah, I'm happy for her. She deserves it. She's been through a lot.
I love that. Okay, another sip or spell. Now there's a couple of rumors circling social media, which who knows if they're real or not. But some are saying that there's going to be a cast shakeup. Sip or spill.
I did hear that. I heard that, but I don't think I'm going anywhere.
I mean, I would hope not. I don't think. I mean, you're bringing the drama. Like it's good.
You know what? Ultimately, I always feel that, everything happens for a reason. So if they don't ask for me back, maybe that's what was meant to be. I'm hoping that's not the case. I think it would be great if they added, I'm into that, but I did hear that there was a cast shakeup, but I know nothing about it. I am the bottom of the totem pole. I am the very last to know. You guys probably know more than me.
If there was a cast shakeup, who do you think would go?
Who do you think would want to go?
Honestly, I don't think any of us should go. I think we're all great. I think we all bring something different to the table. Not everybody can be an in-your-face, loud type of person. I feel like you need a good dynamic of women. So I would love the same cast. If anything, add to it. I mean, Beverly Hills has got like what, 8, 9?
They have so many.
How many women they got?
I think they have like 8 or something, and then they have a ton of friends. Like that's what you guys need. You need more friends.
Yes.
Yeah. Like I don't think Michelle got enough camera time. Like Michelle.
Yes.
Like if you see the pool party episode, she was great. She stood her ground. She said her piece. She was able to apologize. Listen, she spilled some tea that happened to be her version of the truth. From what I know about it, she still stands by it. If when you watch the episode, you see Jonathan and Joe talk about it, and I'm thinking, who would do something and not think that they deserve any kind of payment? I don't know if somebody would just do all of that out of the goodness of their heart, but whatever. It's between them. But I don't think she was making it up.
Let's just cheers, Jennifer.
Cheers.
Thank you. I'm from.
I want to know. Wait, I want to know. Hold on. What can we expect for the rest of the season? Because like every episode, I'm like, this is so good. I'm loving my Jersey girls so much. So are you guys going to be delivering this throughout the entire season?
I mean, I think so. I'm on pins and needles waiting for next week's episode because I only get it a couple days before you guys all see it. So I'm so intrigued. I think it's like a great season, which of course, coming off the pandemic, we were all nervous about it, because you're coming in thinking, okay, you know what? The state of the world is a lot more sensitive to people's feelings. We don't want to fight with each other. We're coming in all lovey-dovey, kumbaya, right? How are we going to have conflict? But you get 6 women with big personalities and there's going to be some bitches rolling. I'm just saying.
I love it. Thank you, Jennifer. We love having you. Please come back closer to the finale because I feel like it's
Bravo TV.
Well, that wraps up this week's episode of Housewives Nightcap. Guys, like and subscribe and leave all your comments down there. And also, like, while I'm pointing, also follow us because we have all the tea. So see you guys next week.